Hi, my name is Kevin Ricard. I'm a percussionist and have been doing this for a long time and being with LP for a very long time as well. They make great instruments, and I'm here to talk about the cajon. The cajon is an Afro-Peruvian instrument, originally this style, and there's also Afro-Cuban versions of it. Uh, this is a drum that I use for a lot of the work that I do in film and television and records. You might have heard me play or seen me play on American Idol. I've been doing that for the last 7 seasons. Also, I use this on a show called King of Queens, which is now in heavy syndication. I'm the drum kit on that show. It's just the three musicians, myself, a guitar player, and a bassist. And this is the center of the drum kit. So the instrument is very cool in that way because you've got a good variety of sounds. It gives you the kind of the feeling of a drum kit. And that's what comes in very handy. Sometimes you're in a situation where they don't want a full drum kit, but they want the feeling of it. So you have both sounds, the kick and snare, on this instrument, and the kick sound being right on the inside edge with the meat of your hand. And then the snare sound is on the edge where you get the snap, more of a snap. The cool thing about these instruments, and particularly the way LP designed these instruments, is you have a real nice definition between the two sounds. So when you want that kick sound, it's got that fatness, and when you want that snap and the snare sound, it's got that snap to it. So it's a really very versatile instrument for a lot of reasons. It's light, you can carry it with one hand, put it in a bag, show up to the gig, this is your drum kit. Sometimes I use it with a shaker in one hand and playing it with my left. Sometimes I use the cajon and a kick pedal, might be a cowbell or tambourine for backbeat, or sometimes I'll have a cowbell on this side and a tambourine, or switch it. Hand cymbals, you got a full drum kit. It's a really versatile instrument, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. So I'll demonstrate a little bit of more, I guess, what you consider more of the traditional uses of the instrument. In Peru, it was the instrument that was a substitute for the drums. When the drums were taken away from African people that were brought there as slaves, this became an instrument in and of itself. There was boxes they were offloading off of ships, and they started playing those. Next thing you know, they turned it into an instrument. So I'll play a little bit of more traditional Peruvian style, and that's more of a 6/8 groove. So So that's more of like a Peruvian style. It's become very widely used in flamenco music as a result of one of the percussionists who was playing with Paco de Lucia was touring South America. They were touring and was given a cajon, and he took it back to Spain, became a central part of flamenco music, and very much identified with flamenco music, but originally, again, comes back to Peru. So here we have this instrument traveling the world and becoming, part of a culture, because in the traditional part of the percussion parts of flamenco was palmas, hand claps. They play on tabletops or chairs, and they adapted those rhythms to the cajon, and it became amazing, an amazing accompanying instrument. And the technical virtuosity of the flamenco players on this instrument is unbelievable. I'll play a little bit of the bulería style. It's a rhythm in 12, and this is more traditionally used in flamenco. So that was a bulería, which is a real basic bulería. It gets way more complex than that, but it's a beautiful rhythm from Spain, one of their traditional flamenco rhythms. So now we get to the uses in more pop or contemporary music. I use this all the time in recordings. You can hear it on some of the work I've done with Kenny Loggins. Again, as I mentioned, you can hear it on King of Queens, and quite a few times on American Idol, I've come down stage and have used this instrument as the kick and snare, the drum kit for a song. Might be a kind of an acoustic unplugged thing, just guitar, maybe myself, and maybe bass, or just maybe myself and guitar. But it works well in these kind of more intimate settings. It's a beautiful instrument for that, and it gives you that feeling. The thing about it is, when you're playing and you have a lot of the in-between beats that you would normally hear, maybe like the snare, when it's playing the backbeat, there's some little subtle ghost notes, and that kind of serves to keep the groove rolling forward, and it adds to the fullness of the beat, of the rhythm. So I'll play a little bit of just some backbeat kind of stuff, basic stuff, and maybe a little more complex, but here's more of a contemporary use of the instrument. You hear the little ghost notes that my left hand is playing. It's just a 1 and 3, real simple. So you still get that sound of that with all the little in-between notes. You don't have to go far into the drum for the kick sound. Right on the inside edge. Chokes the sound when you could go into the middle. So right here, that's the kick. So that's a little bit of kind of a more of a contemporary use of the instrument. It's limited by your own imagination. What you can think of, you can play on this instrument. If you're wanting to play more traditional or more contemporary, the instrument lends itself to a wide variety of things, and it's a lot of fun to play. So get one. Thanks a lot. This is Kevin Ricard. And I'll see you on TV, or you can hear me on the radio, and hopefully I'll see you guys all out there playing this instrument in stadiums, arenas, nightclubs, somebody's backyard. It works everywhere. Thanks a lot.